Amid
So,
grim
palabas na kami ng
economic
Avenue. Pauwi
forecasts,
na kami.
the rate of both new virus infections and deaths are rising at the fastest pace in 3 months as officials lift a vast lockdown of India's 1.3 billion people that has left tens of thousands without work and shattered businesses. The country reported 467 new deaths today, taking the toll to 20,160. It also recorded 22,252 new infections, increasing the total to 719,665. India overtook Russia yesterday as the third most affected country globally, behind the United States and Brazil. North Korea repeated today it has no immediate intent to resume dialogue with the United States hours before U.S. Deputy Secretary of State Stephen Biegun was to arrive in South Korea for discussions on the stalled nuclear diplomacy. In a statement released through Pyongyang's official Korean Central News Agency, senior North Korean Foreign Ministry official Ka Gung-gun also ridiculed South Korea's nonsensical call for revived negotiations between Washington and Pyongyang when it has lost its relevance as a mediator. The State Department said Deputy Secretary Biegun, during his meetings with officials in South Korea and Japan this week, will discuss allied cooperation on a range of issues, including the, quote, final, fully verified denuclearization of North Korea. Hong Kong's national security law does not spell doom and gloom, leader Carrie Lam says, as she tries to calm unease over legislation that critics say could mean the end of freedoms that have underpinned the city's success as a financial hub. In an illustration of worries about the law, the video app TikTok said it was preparing to leave the Hong Kong market in response to it, and other tech firms said they were suspending processing Hong Kong government requests for user data. The sweeping legislation that Beijing imposed on the former British colony punishes what China defines as secession, subversion, terrorism, and collusion with foreign forces with up to life in prison. Soldiers have rescued residents on boats as floods flowed down streets in southern Japan towns hit by deadly rains that were expanding across the region. At least 50 people have died and a dozen are missing. Pounding rain since late Friday in Japan's southern region of Kyushu has triggered widespread flooding. More rain was predicted in Kyushu and the western half of Japan's main island as the rain front moved east. In business news, Kuwait Petroleum Corporation said today the price of the Kuwaiti oil barrel went up by 95 cents to $44.05 per barrel yesterday, as opposed to $43.10 last Friday. Globally, oil prices fell amid concerns that a surge in new COVID-19 cases, especially in the United States, will hamper any recovery in fuel demand. The U.S. West Texas Intermediate crude futures fell 54 cents to $40.09 per barrel, as did the Brent crude futures by 56 cents to settle at $42.54. In sports news, a revised system for calculating world rankings when the tennis season resumes in August, following a 5-month pause due to the COVID-19 pandemic, was unveiled by the governing body of men's tennis today. The rankings are a determining factor in a player's ability to enter events and receive seedings. Traditionally operate on a best 18 result basis over 52 weeks, but will now cover a 22-month period from March 2019 through December 2020. International tennis ground to a halt in mid-March, with Wimbledon being cancelled and the French Open being moved to September, and rankings were frozen. Our weather forecast in the state of Kuwait today is very hot, with light to moderate northwesterly wind, changing to southeasterly wind at 12 to 32 kilometers per hour, and some high clouds will appear. The maximum temperature expected for today is 48 degrees Celsius, and the minimum expected tonight is 30 degrees Celsius. That's the end of this update. Join us again at 3 for more news. Now back to more music on FM 99.7